here's a short video about the word paw. Paw can be confusing at first for people who are just starting out because it means many different things. Like it means on, the preposition on the table, turn the light on, I'm on your side, paw, okay? But it also means in. Depends on how it's used. It can mean for, of, at, to, upon, and it's used in compound words. And it may actually be used for other things besides just these. But the research that I did, I found a few different examples, and they may help you because just being aware of it is half the battle with this word. The other half is using it. I found that the word paw gets easier and easier to use. You know when to use it if you read. Because you start to see how it's used, and then when you use it, when you speak it, it's easy to make mistakes with it. Your teacher will stop you and correct you if you're taking a Norse course, But in my experience, it's the best way to learn is to just go ahead and start talking and make mistakes. Go ahead and try to use it, and that's the fastest way to actually, become fluent with this word and everything. So, Glenn på min sida, on, han på vakt. He is on duty. Sitter på en stol, sitting on the chair. So straight up, there it is as the preposition on. But it can mean in, a cabin in the country, a boy in the picture. And what's weird is when I read this now, when I first saw this, I said, oh no, how am I going to keep track of this? You just know after a while with repetition how it's used. And I always make a note in my mind, a mental note of how it's being used when I read, because it just reinforces fluency. Because nothing stops you faster than these prepositions. If you mix them up in the middle of a sentence, it can stop you, and don't let it stop you. I mean, you want to just go ahead and make your best guess and say the whole sentence. And if, like I said, your teacher will correct you, sometimes people will, but the more you use them, the better you get at it. Here, it's standing in for, it matches the English word for, okay? Jeg har forberedt på slike på fun, okay? And de venter på deg. They're waiting for you. They wait for you. This is Norwegian. It's not English, but it means the same thing. So once you're aware of that, you will understand it a lot faster. Okay, here's where it would mean of. This is the way it translates into English. So the English is trying to keep up with the Norwegian in this case, which is fine. You will run into problems, or I do, when I try to force the Norwegian to do what English does, because it just never works. It may work occasionally, but that's the beauty of this word. Once you understand how it's used and you start to get a feel for it, then you're really thinking Norwegian and not thinking in English. Midt på dagen, you'll see that it's used this way with time, days of the week and so forth. Here's where it would be used as at. Look at them first. Ser på them first. And på skrå, at an angle. And it could be argued, on an angle, but really, I've asked different Norwegian people, and it means different things. The word actually changes. So it seems like you're shooting at a moving target, but it's not like that. It very, very quickly gets familiar. It becomes familiar just with use. Vi skal på kino. We are going to the movies, and this is you got two things going on here. Vi skal. In English, it's almost like there's something missing, but vi skal means, we're going, we are going, and then you don't have to say vi skal go, just say vi skal, and then på kino, and just note that på in this case, and I learned this in my Norse course. It means you're not just going to the movies. You're going to go experience a movie. You're going to see a movie. Same thing with på skolen. Hun gick på skolen. She's going to school. She's going there to learn. She's going to experience school. Otherwise, it would be till. Okay, if she was going there to meet somebody, like in the parking lot or something. So that's a good thing to know about it. And tusener på tusener, I just found this, so I threw it in, because I was looking for all the different definitions and uses, and I'm sure I've missed some, so don't take this as the complete, ultimate, explanation of paw. This is just some research that I've done that might help people that are just starting out to understand it a little better. And yes, the word paw gets combined in compound words or sammensatt ord. And sammensatt ord are very, very important to learn about and to understand, because once you can start to break them apart, you may know half the word, and you can kind of guess what the other half is. Or you may not know any of it, and there's 3 words combined, and so you learn 3 in 1. But there's some really, really, really long Norwegian compound words, and don't let those scare you. A lot of times they're just stuck together. The words aren't even changed. They're just stuck together. Here is an example of a small group of words, på grund of, that become because. On, reason of, turns into because of. And when you hear people say på grund of, they don't say it like that. They'll say på grund of, and so you kind of have to know about this first, and then you'll know what they're saying. And when you say it, it reinforces the whole thing. But these 3 and 4 word combinations, like av til and på grund of, and those are a shortcut to fluency. So anytime you see these, it's kind of important to memorize them and use them right away, so you remember them, because then you could really start talking fluently. So I hope this took a little mystery out of the word paw for you. Like I said, this is not a complete college thesis or anything. By no means is this complete. But here are some other sites where you can do research on paw and other words, and don't let that word slow you down. Just go ahead and say the sentence, take your best shot, and the more you do that, the faster you'll become fluent. And because I'm not sure, but I think it's pretty much impossible to figure this language out all first on paper and then speak it. Part of it is just really trial and error and becoming used to it. So I hope that helped you. Until next time, ha det bra.